Imagine this. You're reaching out to someone you care about, hoping to offer comfort or kindness. Maybe a friend is going through a tough time, and you want to help. Or perhaps a family member is struggling, and you want to lend a supportive hand. So you try to show up, listen, and be there for them. But rather than showing gratitude, they turn cold, deflect, and maybe even lash out. It feels like no matter what you do, you can't seem to get it right. In the puzzling world of narcissistic relationships, where empathy and genuineness can feel like foreign languages, these experiences are all too common. But why does this happen? Why do narcissists reject kindness and comfort when it seems like everyone else would welcome it? It's a question that's both perplexing and painful. If you're dealing with a narcissist, you've probably asked yourself this question more times than you can count. You've offered a helping hand and received a slap. You've shown concern and gotten a dose of contempt. You've tried to be understanding and faced accusations and anger. It leaves you questioning your intentions, your character, and even your sanity. Are you really doing something wrong? Is there something you're missing? What is it about your kindness, your concern, your empathy that sets off such a strong reaction? Today, we're going beyond the surface of this perplexing behavior. We're delving deep into the intricate workings of narcissism to find the answers. Join us as we unpack the psychological puzzles that drive narcissists to reject the very things that most of us cherish: kindness and comfort. Narcissism, at its core, is all about control and power. And one of the ways they exert this control is by dominating your emotions. Imagine being in a relationship where your emotional well-being is constantly at their mercy. It's a distressing reality for many who find themselves entangled with narcissists. But why is it that narcissists seemingly take pleasure in causing emotional distress? The answer lies in their need to be the sole source of emotional control within their relationships. By rejecting your kindness, they establish and reinforce their dominance. It's a power play. They won't allow you to have the upper hand, even if it's unintentional. When you offer comfort, you inadvertently suggest that they or someone else is in need of solace or support. This challenges the narcissist's authority and triggers their rage. For them, being in a position of power is crucial for their fragile ego. When that power is threatened, they lash out to reassert control. Think about a child who throws a tantrum when their toy is taken away. The narcissist operates in a similar manner. They won't tolerate any challenge to their supremacy, and will use tactics like anger, deflection, and accusations to reassert it. Now let's look at this from the perspective of the recipient of this behavior. Picture yourself extending a helping hand, ready to provide comfort or assistance. Yet instead of receiving gratitude, you're met with anger and accusations. It can be disheartening and confusing, leaving you questioning your motives and intentions. But from a narcissistic perspective, your kindness is seen as an attack on their carefully constructed facade. When you offer empathy, they perceive it as a threat to their false self-image. To maintain this image, they feel compelled to reject your kindness, often resorting to anger and deflection to regain control of the situation. It's a calculated defense mechanism designed to protect their ego and ensure that they remain the center of attention. Narcissistic relationships often resemble a minefield where even the purest of intentions can trigger explosive reactions. This is particularly true when you attempt to offer comfort or kindness. At such times, it's crucial to remember that their response is a reflection of their own inner turmoil, not a commentary on your character. The narcissist's inability to accept your compassion doesn't diminish your value or your empathy. Instead, it exposes the limitations and complexities of dealing with such a personality type. Understanding this can serve as a protective shield, helping you navigate these turbulent waters with greater clarity and resilience. Imagine trying to connect with a narcissist on an emotional level, only to have them shut down and deflect. It's a deeply unsettling experience. But this response isn't just a product of their ego. It's also a result of their lack of object constancy. Object constancy refers to the ability to perceive oneself and others in a stable and consistent manner, regardless of changing circumstances. However, narcissists struggle with this, leading them to perceive your kindness as manipulative or their distorted view of reality prevents them from forming deep connections and understanding genuine empathy. In essence, they view your comfort and kindness through the lens of their own fractured psyche, leading to misinterpretations and volatile reactions. The narcissist's inability to process your kindness as a genuine act of compassion highlights the profound complexities of dealing with such a personality type. Their lack of object constancy distorts their perception, turning empathy into a battleground of manipulation and control. It is important to remember that their actions aren't a reflection of your worth or the purity of your intentions. Instead, It underscores the limitations of forging meaningful connections with those whose empathy is overshadowed by ego and distorted perceptions. Let us take a closer look at how the narcissist's need for control influences their rejection of kindness. They're so accustomed to being in a dominant position that they handle situations where they might be perceived as needing assistance or comfort. This need for control often stems from a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. Accepting comfort implies a certain level of vulnerability, and narcissists are notoriously averse to showing weakness. By rejecting your kindness, they successfully distance themselves from any perceived vulnerability, reinforcing their false image of invincibility. Moreover, for narcissists, the dynamics of giving and receiving are skewed. They always want to be on the giving end, never the receiving end. Accepting comfort would place them in a position of receiving, which challenges their sense of superiority. To maintain their inflated ego, they must reject your offerings, pushing you further away and perpetuating a cycle of emotional disconnection. The narcissist's aversion to accepting comfort or kindness goes beyond mere pride or ego. It reveals a profound fear of vulnerability and a distorted sense of reciprocity. Their need to maintain control and superiority drives them to push away any gesture that challenges their carefully constructed facade. Understanding these motivations can provide insight into the perplexing behaviors of narcissists, but it shouldn't diminish the emotional toll their actions take on those around them. In the intricate dance of human interaction, empathy and compassion are universal languages. When someone reaches out with kindness, most of us instinctively reciprocate with gratitude or warmth. But with narcissists, the melody of kindness is often met with a discordant note of rejection. And this rejection isn't a simple breath. It comes laden with a heavy dose of defensiveness, anger, or even contempt. It is enough to leave you questioning your motives and feeling bewildered by the lack of warmth in return. But this puzzling response isn't a personal failing on your part, nor a flaw in your empathy. It is a testament to the unique challenges of interacting with someone whose emotional landscape is dominated by an inflated ego and a desperate need for control. Narcissists operate in a world of their own making, where external validation is their lifeblood and vulnerability is viewed as a weakness. Your kindness, by highlighting these vulnerabilities, inadvertently challenges their carefully constructed reality. As a result, they lash out, not because your kindness is misplaced, but because it threatens their fragile sense of superiority. Navigating such relationships can feel like treading on eggs, but amidst this emotional labyrinth, it is crucial to remember that their inability to reciprocate kindness is a reflection of their own internal struggles, not a commentary on your character. While it's natural to yearn for warmth and understanding in our interactions, expecting it from a narcissist is akin to seeking sunlight from a moonless sky. Their emotional landscape is too clouded by ego and control issues to allow for the genuine exchange of empathy. As you continue to navigate this complex terrain, remember that your empathy and compassion have value. They may not be immediately recognized or appreciated by the narcissist, but that doesn't diminish their importance in the broader canvas of human connection. There is a multitude of reasons why narcissists reject kindness. It's not merely a dislike for receiving help. It's a defense mechanism to protect their fragile ego. It's a way to maintain control in a situation where they feel threatened. It's a manifestation of their distorted sense of self. In essence, it is a testament to the complexity of human psychology and the challenges of connecting with those whose empathy is overshadowed by their need for dominance. For those dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's essential to recognize these patterns, set boundaries, and prioritize self-preservation. Remember, their inability to accept your kindness isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a limitation of their own understanding and capacity for empathy. As you continue to navigate the complexities of these relationships, hold on to your compassion and understanding, but don't expect the same in return. Their actions are driven by a different set of rules, a twisted logic that defies the norms of empathy and connection. We hope this video has shed some light on this often mystifying aspect of narcissistic behavior. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit. Remember, your support and engagement help us continue to create valuable content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.